There's one thing I wanted to say. It's important for people to know that matchmaking industry is not a regulated industry. And because of that, I mean, there's some advantages to that and there's some disadvantages to that. But because of that, there are no rules in matchmaking. Jim can wake up tomorrow and decide he wants to be a matchmaker. And he can do it any kind of way he wants. He can charge any amount of money he wants, right? And and there are people who've come into the industry and have hurt people by this, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I hear a lot of negative press around about matchmaking. And I understand once I hear their stories and they point out some of these companies that they work with, I totally get it. I totally understand it. But that's another part of my mission is to, if somebody's interested in matchmaking, I want to help them understand how to find a good matchmaker, where to go to find a good matchmaker, how to vet a matchmaker to see if it's the right one for you. It's a lot of resources that can be involved and people can get hurt. And for the people that are out there, trying to do good things in the world, we want a better environment for us also, right? Because we don't want a bad reputation like matchmaking is a ripoff. Like I hear that all the time. And I understand the people that say that. I totally understand those people and their stories. So I don't discount it or minimize it. But yeah, it's an unregulated industry, and the rules are all over the place. And plug for the Global Love Institute, right? Um, I think I think the idea that they set forth the certification, and people have different opinions about the certification and how valuable it is or not valuable it is. The one thing I think about the certification is that it's a clear indication that somebody who chooses to be in this industry decided to put some skin in the game. And I think that makes a real big difference. And that's not to say that there are people who don't have a certification that are not doing good work, because that's totally not the case. A ton of great matchmakers out there without certifications. But because so many new people are coming into the industry, new people coming into the industry, they need to prove themselves in some kind of way. I don't know. I got a lot of thoughts around that sort of thing, but
If you think about matchmaking here in the United States or Canada or, UK, for example, yeah, we're talking about regulation and we're talking about a profession, but matchmaking is a thousands of years history. For example, in cultures like Indian culture or Jewish culture or Muslim culture, it is not a profession.
right,
It's
right.
literally a blessing, and it is really like a responsibility,
Mhm.
and a blessing if you match someone,
Right.
so there's no regulation there. The
Yeah.
only regulation is you and the God, I suppose, and you
Yeah.
and your own. It is an interesting point about regulation and about whether certification makes a good matchmaker or not. I do love your point about skin in the game. It is a valid point. If you are investing money to complete certification, you're serious about it,
Yeah.
that adds up. It adds, I guess, certain value to it, like
Absolutely. So I'm still in the certification group, right? So new matchmakers pop up in there, and sometimes I'll reach out to them and I'll ask them, "Hey, is there anything I can do to help you get going?" Type of thing. And I'm way more inclined to help those than some random person that popped up and said, "Hey, I want to be a matchmaker. Can you help me?" I'll have a conversation with them, right? But if they feel like they just came up with this idea and they want to do it, then I probably won't spend a whole lot of energy
yeah.
with them, because this is not an easy thing to do. Matchmaking is not easy at
Oh no,
all.
it's a lot of work. All of our clients, which I love every single one of our clients, but they all have one thing in similar. Matchmaking is hard work.
Yeah,
Every single one, we talk about smart match app, database, that's nothing. Like the amount of work and what kind of clients, sometimes difficult clients they have, and they are requiring so much work, and then arguing about money, and
yeah,
that's why I really, really appreciate when you're saying, a client who really wants it will work on himself or on herself and will increase the chances so much. It's probably the same thing to say, like, if you think matchmaker owes you something, he owes you to create a marriage for you, but not you yourself. matchmaker. Now I'm outsourcing it to you, dear matchmaker. You're supposed to get me married or get me a relationship. Oh, you didn't. Oh, that's your fault. No. So I guess it's a two-way street, right? And I hear the stories a lot. And I think you have to be mature. You have to really realize that you are ready for it before you even consider working with a serious matchmaker. I think that's it. And it's not new. It's